Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? Cub here and welcome back to another episode of our Minecraft Weekly Let's Play Adventure, and I hope you guys are ready for another fun one. I busted out my green finger and I've started planting some saplings. I had 40 when I started and I said I'm gonna plant at least half of these. We're gonna bring the forest back. If you're wondering where the green finger comes from, it's actually pretty simple. So what you do is you take your thumb, because I think green thumb is the one you really want to go with, because it's opposable and I think you just do the most with it. And then you put a little nick in it, and then you find something diseased, and you stick the little bloody nick in on your thumb into that like diseased, I don't know, like a carcass of a dead animal or something, and then you pull it out, but you don't wash it. You just leave it alone, and over the course of a few weeks, it'll eventually start stinking and get pussy and turn green. Now after that, they might take off your finger when you go to the doctor, but it is green. It is a green finger. It's a green thumb. And I don't know how that's supposed to help. Maybe like it starts going green and pus starts coming out and that fertilizes the sap. This is gross. I don't even know why we're talking about this, but welcome back. Now, I've got something I need to tell y'all. It's not going to matter this episode. It's not going to matter for a couple of weeks, but since we started, Minecraft Weekly has been released on Monday morning, and it's going to be like that throughout February and sort of the first month of Mars. I think the first day, first month of March, which is not Mars. I don't know, they might be related in some way, but I doubt it. I don't think they're related at all. In fact, what was I saying? Right, we're switching over to a brand new schedule in March, kind of starting the second week, because the first week in March is really just a continuation of the last week of February, so we're gonna let that week play out as it is, but then the first week of March, totally new schedule, and Minecraft Weekly is going to be moving to Saturday morning where I wanted it in the first place. When I first envisioned Minecraft Weekly, I saw it as being kind of like back when I was a kid. My parents, we didn't have these big TV packages, right? We had a big old metal pole stuck up in I think on the side of the house, and that was called a TV antenna. A lot of you have never heard of these. I'm just going to walk you through them. Basically, all the local stations broadcasted a signal, and you got them on these TV antenna. Hold on, I got to continue the slaughter of the sheep. You got and so I didn't have Disney Channel or Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network or anything, all those things. My friend Nathan had satellite TV, so I'd go over there and it was awesome. But for me, when I wanted to watch cartoons, it had to be Saturday morning on ABC, CBE. I think it was ABC had the Saturday morning because I think that's the Disney company, and they showed all the Disney cartoons, and it was awesome. So when I envisioned Minecraft Weekly, I saw it as being something kind of like that. It's like you wake up, they come out at 8 o'clock in the morning, right now, what it will do is it'll come out 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays, if you live in Texas. If not, this won't really work. I mean, I guess if you live in the States, it kind of comes out in the morning. Otherwise, you could just like wait until the next morning. But it's like your Monday, it's like your Sunday, it's like your Saturday morning cartoon. I'm going to get the words out. They're going to make sense. I'm going to make them make sense. And that's the idea, and that's going to happen because I've got a lot of plans for the new schedule. I've got a lot of big ideas, and I want to get them all implemented fairly quickly. And so, yeah, March, second week of March, first technically new entire whole week of March, brand new schedule, and I hope you folks are as excited about that as I am, even though I've told you basically nothing about it. I don't know how you could be excited about it. To be honest, if you came up and were like, Cub, I am so excited about the new schedule, I'd be like, you know what, you're a crazy person, because I've told you next to nothing about the new schedule. There's nothing in it that could excite you, unless you're then like, hey, I grew up with Saturday morning cartoons too, and this has got me excited, in which case I'd be like, fist bump. Of course you're going to be excited for this. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a legend. Wait for it. It's going to be legendary. I really made you wait for it too. I was trying to think of like another way to play that up. I was like, I can't just say legend, wait for it. That's too derivative of other work. I need to be more original. But then, where's originality ever gotten anyone? Star Wars prequels, they're pretty original. No, they didn't turn out well, did they? No, unless you like those. I know that there's an entire generation now of youngsters who love those movies. But here's the thing. I love the Star Wars prequels too. I grew up with them. I was like 6 years old when the Phantom Menace came out, and I thought it was amazing. I'm willing to admit that they're terrible movies, though. I completely recognize that those are bad movies. I still like them, but I do at least admit they're awful. There's a lot of people out there who aren't willing to admit that, and that's crazy to me. Like, look, if you like the Star Wars prequels, hey, Attack of the Clones can be your favorite movie. That is fine. But at least admit that it is terrible. There's a lot of movies like that for me. There's a ton of movies that I love and adore, like an insane amount. But I will openly tell you, yeah, they're all. Christmas with the Cranks. Not a good movie, not awful, not Star Wars prequel awful, but it's something that me and my family love, and we watch it every Christmas. Jingle All the Way, I know a lot of people are, movie's terrible. Love it. I will admit that these things probably aren't good movies, but I'll also tell you, the last Transformers movie was really awful, but I had a lot of fun with it. So, that's all that I ask. If you have opinions, at least be willing to accept that on some objectionable level, your opinions are kind of whack, right? Because that's all that's important. Just admit that you understand that what you like is a niche, and that you're fine, I'm fine, we'll all be fine. I think that's the problem, though. People are like, oh, I like this thing, therefore it is amazing. And no, that's not always the case. Just because you like something doesn't make it good. A lot of people like things that are just awful, so just be willing to look at things more objectively, be willing to, like, open your mind to be like, yes, I do like this thing, but I'm open-minded enough to see it and criticize it and realize that it is crap. And that's all you got to do. If you do that, you're gonna do well in life. You're gonna go far. You're gonna go places. I'm not sure where, but there's a lot of places that you could theoretically go to. So if you just go to those places, you'll get there, and it'll be great. And I think you'll like it there. I hear they have they have free cookies and comic books and stuff. So just get after there. Get after it. Get your comic books. Get your free cookies, and be enlightened. Because that's what we're all about here at Cub Games. A lit torch versus a early torch. Hey, wait, that's kind of like before we had this new torch nonsense, this is like a prehistoric torch before they evolved into these weird nonsense. So we're going to leave that there in honor of places that you've been, but you're not going back to. Because, folks, if you're watching this, I sincerely believe you're headed to someplace awesome. Now, I can't... Oh, when you break them, they become unlit. That's the dumbest thing. Oh, this is unbearable. We're gonna have to do away with this mod before too long. I want to start exploring so that we actually have a use for this mod, but until we actually start exploring, we have no use for this mod. Oh, and I bred an extra pig while y'all weren't around for that. That was my one off-camera thing. I'm gonna plant some trees. I might need an extra pig. And so that's what I did. We're gonna grab some stairs. Now, if you haven't noticed, while we were chatting it up and I was explaining to you guys about the places the places you'll go, I was sort of busily working on this here. I want to have like a better staircase system into here. I'm feeling a duel of the Fates. Great song from a terrible movie. Actually, The Phantom Menace, it's interesting. I did kind of like that movie, and I loved that movie up until I went to take my brother to see it in 3D. And I'm like, oh, bud, this was the first Star Wars movie I ever saw in theaters, and now I'm going to take you, and it's going to be awesome. And I'm like, I don't know why the internet hates this movie. It's amazing. But then sitting at the theater, I quickly figured it out. I was like, oh, no. Oh no, this is bad. And it's like, because I'd always like heard people complain about the movies. So I'm like, nah, you're crazy, they're amazing, I love them. And then I'm like, oh no. And that's the only one that I can honestly say I can no longer stomach to watch, because we watched that one kind of leading up to the release of The Force Awakens. We watched all the Star Wars movies, and that one was unbearable. So much so that my brother almost wouldn't watch any of the other prequels with me. He's like, that was so terrible. Just watch Attack of the Clones by yourself. And so I went home and I watched Attack of the Clones. And I'm like, I like this movie. I know it's like most people's least favorite. It's weird. A lot of people would rate the Attack of the Clones above the Phantom Menace, but some people are like, nah, Phantom Menace is better, because at least the Phantom Menace... Actually, I'm not sure what their reasons are. I couldn't justify them if I tried. But I watched Attack of the Clones. I'm like, nah, you know what? I like this movie. They do go... Oh, no. They do go out. Oh, no. Oh, is this going to become a thing? Is all of these gonna go out at some point? Oh no. Oh, this is... Alright, folks, this might be the last time we see this mod. I might go into settings and see if I can... There might be a config file that I can just turn that feature off in. And if so, totally gonna do it, because that is absurd. I like this. I like being able to walk around and see. What was I saying, though? Right, so I still love that movie, and I still love Revenge of the Sith. Awful as they are. Where was I going with this conversation, though? As bad as those movies are... Duel of Fates! That's what it was. I'm feeling a dual staircase situation today. So we've got that one done. And that's not the only thing we're going to be doing here. This isn't like, oh, today we're going to build staircases. And everybody's like, is that all we're going to do? And I'm like, yeah! No, we're going to do some other things. I want to build a staircase. Were they there this whole time? What a quest for you guys! You were just sitting out here in the river. Whatever. Should we go, like, eat them? I feel like if they're not going to be a part of my little pen of animals, then they don't deserve to exist. I'm the only one who's allowed to have animals out here. Nature can't have animals out here, because nature doesn't know what to do with animals. There you go. Look, I know what to do with animals. I'm going to cook them. I'm going to eat them like this cooked mutton. Scrumptious. What was I saying? Right, we need to build a staircase and a pier. I'm thinking I want to build the staircase out of stone, because I dig it. Really. That wasn't even supposed to be a pun. I dig stone. I like it. So we're going to cook up some cobblestone. How much cobblestone do I? Oh, okay. 20 pieces of cobblestone. This is not going to pan out quite the way I had hoped. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go do some... And I don't really want to do just a lot of hardcore mining. I'm not really that kind of a guy. I'm not the kind of guy who says, hey, let's go mine in Minecraft. But I feel like right now, with what's going on and what we need to do, that's going to be our first step, isn't it? That's going to be the thing we have to do next. I say first step, I mean next step. The next step is to go and look. If you don't like this, it's fine. I'm not here to force you to watch things. I just want you to like the video. Hey, let's get 50 likes on this video, and nothing. Nothing will be different next time. I'm not gonna make additional content. I'm not gonna withhold content. I think that's ridiculous. People are like, hey, do you want to see the next episode? Give this one like a bazillion likes, or you'll never see it ever. That's just ridiculous. However, it would be cool if we got to 50 likes. So if you're watching and you just want to hit the like button and make that'd be cool. Again, I'm not gonna withhold content from you if that doesn't happen. Minecraft Weekly will, good gosh, why are you here? Go away. I'm just a little man. I got a little plan to build a little house and wear a little blouse. That's like a shirt for girls. Although some men try to pull them off. Look, I'm into free society and all that. I think you should be able to make your own decisions, but I also think you should be able to take suggestions. Men, don't wear blouses. What are you doing? What's the world coming to? Men, if anything, should never wear shirts. Nah, that's not true. I definitely need to be wearing shirts. I can't imagine not wearing shirts. Oh, that'd be terrible. It'd be terrible for everyone. It'd be terrible for me. I can't even stand to be naked in my own shower. I mean, I won't say that I wear swim trunks when I shower, but I won't say that I don't. I really don't, though. So there, I said it. I lied. I'm a liar. I'm sorry. Big thumbs up on the video for lying, because lying, kids, lying will get you into trouble. I was going to say lying is cool, but I don't want to lie. Well, I mean, I already have, but I don't want to lie again. What I want to tell you, I got a story here for you. This is a story that I made up myself. It's not derivative of any other work, and I'm definitely not lying about that, all right? So once upon a time, there was a city. But there wasn't people living in the city. No, the city was full of vegetables. All kinds of vegetables. There was asparagus and carrots, and there was pickles, and there was cucumbers. And in that city, there lived a pickle named Larry. And Larry was a superhero, and they called him Larry Boy. Do-do-do-do-do. Larry Boy. Do-do-do-do-do. Looking great. Something, Larry Boy. That's the theme song I'm making. I don't know the lines because I'm making it up as I go. And that's the true and honest story. But one day, a fib came out of outer space, landed in Junior Asparagus' front yard. Now, Junior was an asparagus. I'm sure you might have guessed that from the name, but if you guessed that Junior Asparagus was an asparagus based on the name, then you're a racist. Because I never told you he was an asparagus. You just made that assumption. And that shows that you have some deep-seated race relations issues that you should probably get sorted out. But anyway, Junior Asparagus was an asparagus. And one day, his friend Laura the Carrot was over, and they were playing a game or something, or they were having a tea party. I don't know why. Maybe he was just like, yeah, I'm your friend the Carrot, and I'll play tea party with you, even though I'm a manly. Actually, Junior Asparagus was voiced by a female voice actor and was always very confusing as a child because they think, oh yeah, female voice, that sounds like a little boy. But to a little boy, that doesn't sound like a little boy. It sounds like a girl. I'm like, why do they call him? Same thing with Littlefoot and all the other dinosaurs on Land Before Time. I'm like, what gender are these creatures? They keep calling each other various things, but I'm not getting that feel from them. Is Littlefoot a boy? I don't know. I can't tell. And it's very confusing. And I think the only time that was ever done right was Tommy from Rugrats. But this is irrelevant because this is a story I'm making up literally as we go. It has no bearing on past events. Definitely not a cartoon by Big Idea Productions. So, Laura, the plate was broken, or they needed an extra plate for a stuffed bear, maybe. And my dad's got a bowling plate signed by Arch Magadi. I don't know, some kind of bowling guy. That's I haven't thought the story all the way through. And he's like, I'll just hop up there and get that. And like Junior knocked the plate off and it broke. And Laura's like, yeah, I'm getting out of here. And left Junior all alone. And Junior's dad is like on the way home. And Junior's like, oh no. Well, actually he's like, oh no, what am I going to do? And thankfully, the Fib from outer space shows up hiding behind the teddy bear and is like, you could just tell a little fib. And Junior's like, I don't know. And then the Fib from outer space is like, hey, trust me. And kids, whenever anyone tells you that, don't trust them. They're out to murder you. Trust me. I know. I know. Okay. So the Fib from outer space is out to murder him. And he's just like, hey, trust. And so the dad gets home and the dad's like, Junior, what happened? And she's like, it's Laura's fault. She broke the plate. I tried to stop her. She said she was, and there was like a whole musical number. It was pretty good. And ultimately, the dad's like, oh man, I wouldn't expect something like that from Laura. I'll have to talk to her father. And then he leaves the room and Junior's all like, oh, I feel really guilty. But the Fib from outer space is all like, you got away with it, didn't you? And he's like, didn't you get bigger? And the Fib's like, oh, I might have grown a little. But let's not worry about it. Let's go for a walk through town. Now, meanwhile, while this is happening, Larry Boy's got a call that there's a Fib, or, well, not a Fib, but an alien from outer space, and he's out on the prowl to find it. He actually drives right by them and doesn't notice. I think he thinks the Fib is a blueberry. Looks a bit like a blueberry. Weird that a city full of vegetables would have a fruit hopping around. Although, come to think of it, this world also has a Bob the Tomato, and a tomato is a fruit. So why is it called veggie? Anyway, so they get a little bit further down the road, and someone's like, hey, did you say that Laura broke the plate? And he's like, no, someone else said they broke the plate. And so they all hop off, and the Fib comes out from around, and he's like, oh, you gotten bigger? It's like, why? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, you got legs, because, you know, they don't have legs. They're vegetables. They hop around. He's like, I mean, I might have grown a foot or two and got some legs, but I'll always be your little Fib. And in case you haven't caught on yet, this is the thing, right? You start a lie and the lie grows. Yeah, that's the Fib is growing. So the Fib gets bigger and the lie gets spread and it gets changed and the Fib gets bigger and bigger until finally it's like the size of buildings and it's stepping on police cars and it goes up on top of a water tower with Junior Asparagus and Larry Boy is trying to rescue them, but Larry Boy can't because I think Alfred's running a test and finds out Alfred is Larry Boy's butler, by the way. I know, real original. And Alfred's like, Larry Boy, only Junior can stop the lie. And so Junior's like, I did it. And this is the point at which the Fib is now sprouted legs and arms. He's on top of the water tower, holding Junior and trying to eat Larry Boy because he kind of looks like candy. Because his outfit does kind of make it look like he's wearing a candy wrapper. Really, he's a cucumber, so he's not going to taste all that good. But the Fib doesn't know that. It's from outer space. It's an alien. What does it know? And so he starts telling the truth, and the Fib gets smaller and smaller as he tells the truth. And finally, it has to spit out Larry because it can't like contain Larry because Larry's like a cucumber, and this is like a little Fib, and it's getting smaller and smaller. And then it blinks out of existence. And Dad's like, why am I mining this stuff? I'm supposed to be mining stone. The Dad's like, oh, I forgive you, but we're going to have a talk about this, mister, and you're going to have to be punished. And they all go home, and they all live happily ever after. And I'm thinking about making this. If you like this idea, let me know. Thinking about starting a company to make this. Oh, wait, what? Oh, hold on. Oh, what's that, Siri?
That has already been made.
What do you mean it's already been made?
It was a VeggieTales episode.
Oh.
It came out in the 90s.
Oh, I got it. Okay, so I don't know if y'all heard that, but Siri's just informed me that apparently this is already a thing, and I must have watched it in my childhood. That must have been what happened there. Larry Boy and the Fib from Outer... Now, wasn't that followed up with the rumor? Yeah, that was followed up with the rumor weed. Well, good stuff. It's nice to see that people are still making good television for... Oh, what's that?
They now have a Netflix show.
Oh, Netflix.
It is really crappy.
Oh, it's really crappy. Oh, well, you know what? It was a good thing that they had while it was going. So there you go, everyone. VeggieTales, good episode. The Fib from Outer Space, probably one of my favorites. It's got that cool like sound bit at the end. At least it did on the VHS tape. I don't know if it's still does. Oh, this is fortuitous where we've come out at. Yeah. Larry Boy. The sequel's pretty good. I liked it. It had a rumor weed. The rumor weed. A tiny little story is all I need to make a big mess. I'm the rumor. Oh, so good. Larry Boy and the Bad Apple came out a little bit after my time, but I know my brother liked it, and it definitely had much bigger production value. Very good stuff there. Very good stuff. What are we talking about here? Why are we discussing? Minecraft Weekly, the show where we apparently go around mining stone. Now, how much of this stuff am I really going to need? how much stone is required to build this darned thing? Because I'm thinking it's just a little walkway. I think I have a stack, surely. A stack and a bit. Almost a stack. Look. Stack and a half. Surely that ought to be enough. Now, how am I getting out of here? I hadn't really contemplated that. I guess I have to dig upwards. All right, look. We'll go in through here. So we'll go up. Look at this. I'm a pro Minecrafter. I've been doing this for a long time. If you've never seen my first goal-oriented Minecraft series... Actually, I guess my first Minecraft series was goal-oriented. It was Minecraft, the original Survival Island. I'm talking the original Survival Island, version 1.0, not 1.1, which everyone else has seen. Although, I guess I did technically do that first as well with my friend Austin. But my first non-survival map, vanilla series, would have been the Quest to the End, which was awesome, unless you count... Well, here's the thing. I also did those pre-release episodes, and those were pretty good, but that's also where Iroth came from. And Iroth stinks, and he's going to show up eventually. Look, I've come to accept the fact that no matter what happens, eventually Iroth will show up. In every series that I do, he will ruin and end to some capacity. How did this even happen? How does this tracking happen? I thought for sure I was right on top of this. Iroth is the worst, though. If you're not familiar with him, there's a playlist for him. And he's sort of like... Is there any comparison to Iroth in like any other forms of media? He's not... I was going to say he's like my Darth Vader, but he's not. Darth Vader's... I mean, Iroth is not my father, I don't think. No, I would know. I would know, because I live with my father. Or I don't anymore, but I did. And he could have killed me at any time. I spent a lot of time with him, and he could have killed me at any point. But I don't even... Iroth. Okay, looks like we're all pretty secure around here. Just slip right through. I heard a zombie. It's nice to see that, you know, enemies are staying clear of this area, though. That's nice. Yeah, the skeletons, that's the closest thing we got here. Alright. Apparently, we need to find some name tags. Because I found some cool things you can do with name tags in this game. Naming animals. Like, there's some interesting things you can do that I didn't know about. Like, I knew about a lot of the things you can do with name tags. Apparently, there's some even... Look, we got so much freaking coal. Just go ahead and make use of it. Alright. 17... What is happening out here? What are you... See, this is why you always sleep before it gets dark. Oh, you know what we could do? Yeah, look at this. Look at this. There's a reason we do these things like this. Look at this. Oh, it's so good! I love it. Okay, what am I doing? What is this stuff? Andesite. Uses? Uses. I can make polished andesite. Do I want to? No. What am I going to do with that? Can I make... Let's see. And... you can't even get stairs out of this stuff. And... maybe for something else at another date. Right now we want to take the stone, and we want to know you can't build stone stairs, and that's not what I wanted to do anyway. What I wanted to do was create some stone bricks, and we can make stairs out of those. Let's go ahead and grab... I mean, we're going to need quite a few of these. So I think we should level off... We should go with the... Every time I do that, I got to relight them. Every single time. This... I'm telling you, things are getting shreked up right now. I'm shreking angry. All right. Do we want to have a small landing here? That's the question. Like, this is the big question of the episode. Is do we want to have, like, a small landing here? Or do we want to just go straight off into the... I feel, and I mean, my feelings don't really add up to a whole heck of a lot here, but I think that a small landing here would be nice. Followed immediately by stairs. All right, so we'll do stairs, and then we'll just continue down. So here. We're going to do 2 wide. I know that's controversial, but look, this is just my thing, and this is what I feel is, like, in the best interest of all the people. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to decide what... Oh, no, please, I'm begging you, please, no, thank you, yes, say, no, he's taunting me, he's like, oh, look, I'm going to stay away, but no! Oh, yeah, someone suggested I do something to fix that, so if we go in here and we select... under, like, the flickering trees. We go to video settings and we turn on... Was it... the mid-map levels? I think maybe if we turn those off? Or turn those down? Or can we even... They're not really adjusting. Adjust! Okay, we turn those off. Like, mid-map is off. Nope. Off. Off. No, not one. Off. What is a mid-map? I don't even... No. Darn you. Go to off. It's over here. Why is it... It's locked up. There we go. Don't do anything else. No? Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, commenter, you are the best. Look at this. No more flickering trees. Oh, that's fantastic. Right. when it comes to stairs, I think what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what's in the best interest of all the people, and then we're going to do it. And you know what? Sometimes people don't agree on what's in the best interest, and I think that they should just be made to agree. I mean, I don't know by who. Who, by me? No, someone wise. I don't know. It does sound an awful lot like a dictatorship to me. But you know what? If it works. That's a quote. That's like a whole quote that I'm ashamed to say I know all of. If you can name that, let me know. Comment down below on what the quote is. Also, to these people, I got some great tweets and some great comments from folks saying that they just started watching. If you see your name on the screen right now, thank you so much. I think I replied to all of them. But if you've just started watching the channel, if you're new here, or even if you've been watching for a while but you haven't yet, comment down below or tweet me, let me know. Hey, I'm new to the channel and you smell like cabbage. Just let me know, because I've never smelt myself, but I'll assume I smell like cabbage. Also, there's too much sand out here, and I hate sand. I mean, I don't really hate it. I don't like sand. It's coarse, it's rough, it's irritating, and it gets everywhere. I like here, though. Here, everything is so soft and smooth. I think these are burning out. These are about to just snuff out of existence. This is awful. Maybe I should go find some glowstone. Are there other things? Is there like a lamp? Oh, well, of course there's a lamp, though. Torch, though. Like, we should have these variable, the smoldering torch. Smoldering. What else is added by this mod? Let's see. Okay, that's not going to work. What is the name of this mod? Like, what? I don't even remember what the name of the mod is. Light? At light? Is there like a lamp? Of course, we already did that. Maybe like a lantern? Oh, what is this? Sea lantern. No, that's in the game, isn't it? Okay. I thought maybe there was like some sort of sealed, or maybe we could like, this is dumb. This is, good gosh, what am I even, it's coarse, it's rough, it's irritating, and it gets everywhere. How did it even get in my inventory? What am I doing right now? I think I'm building a pier. That's the next step in this shenanigans we're doing here. All right, we're good. I don't see any creepers. All right. Pier, wooden pier, because that's, what you build your piers out of. Not like your friends, like not that kind of pier. Like the kind of pier you go fishing off of and swimming off of and potentially bitten by gators off of. Look, I had a confusing childhood. I did a lot of fun things followed by a lot of painful things, all right? Let's not talk about it. Alligators, the worst. We'll just leave it at that. Excuse me, I'll take that. I think I have some more. Yeah, there we go. No, this is what we're looking for. Excellent, so we're going to build this pier here. Let's see. Is this good enough? I feel like this is a pretty good pier. I think, you know what I think a lot of piers do is they'll come off and at the end, they'll get a little bit like bigger. Like right off the end here. There we go. Kind of like that. And then what they'll do is they'll have posts. But the posts will just be at the end. I think they're for you to moor boats to. And I think that's the correct term. Mooring. We'll put torches on them even though I know they're not going to stick around. But there we go. Oh, that's nice. That's lovely. You have to admit that. Now, the concern here is that animals and creepers, which are also animals, so I don't know why I said and as though they're like a separate thing. They're not. But creepers can still get to my front door, as well as just about anything else that can move. So we're going to want to take that into consideration. I think that over time, maybe like every episode or so, I'll come out here and I'll just add another layer of dirt until we get rid of the sand, which is coarse and rough and irritating and gets everywhere. And we'll bring this all the way down, a nice layer of dirt all the way down to the ocean. And that'll be lovely. And we'll kind of fade it off on the sides with the sand. And that'll be good. Well, folks, I think we're done for today. We've gone for a pretty long time. What did we really get accomplished, though? Well, really, we got more than you'd think. We got this lovely area ready so we can go downstairs and explore. We found out that torches eventually start... See, look, if you blow on them, they kind of light back up. They start to smolder. Here comes the smolder. We're just full of the quotes today. Also, my saliva glands are going off like crazy. So every time I start talking, just saliva all over the place. I don't even know what's going on there. And we got this lovely pier done. So I think next time we'll do a bit of exploring, do a bit of mining. Comment down below things you want to see. I've been getting a lot of great suggestions. Automated chicken farms and the like. Grrr. We need to go to the nether. I'm thinking that's going to be something coming up soon, which means we got to find some lava. But until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. I'll see you later. Bye.